Milford, Pennsylvania. Stopped here at the old Flying J. Throw in a touch of fuel. Topped up our tanks. Hey, trucker girl Kiana, how you doing? Hey, you gotta be doing better than I'm doing. So we're heading up I-81. Get ourselves up here to Syracuse, New York. Get this next piece on. Hit our way on out to Minnesota. You see the flags there are flapping. Snow's coming down, but by the time we get to Syracuse, it's supposed to be no more snow. Quote unquote, supposed to be. Because that's the way the weather radar looks.
Turn at the first right onto Oliver Road.
Well, I just left California not too long ago, and I don't want to go back ever. But the upside is we are heading towards Minnesota once we are done. Once we get loaded. And I'll get back in my truck. Finally.
Bear right onto Oliver Road.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was just out there. I mean, 2 weeks ago, literally, on my birthday, stuck there in Bakersfield.
Turn at the first right onto State Route 848.
It took all that time to get out here with the weather and whatnot in Texas.
Turn at the first right onto I-81 north toward Binghamton.
Who was that? Ah, another ramen fiend like myself. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I do appreciate you popping in. May not be any ramen right now, but there's always the hope of having one later on. So we topped up the fuel, 203 gallons. We topped up the DEF, about 10, almost 10 and a half gallons of that. Nice and tight here. We got our differentials locked for the extra, just a little bit of better control of traction. Lots of traffic. Was being a nice guy, slowed down a little bit for me. I do appreciate that. So we can't get ourselves up to a good roll here. So we got about 109 miles to go to our pickup in North Syracuse, up here in good old New York. Lights, cleaned off our, kicked off some of the mud from the mud flaps. some of the snow. Looked like mud, but it was snow. But by the time we get up here, the snow should be ended. Thank you, Kiana. I appreciate that. So, 45 miles per hour is the maximum speed we can do right now, which is just fine by me. It's going to take a little longer to get where we need to go. At this pace, about 2.5 hours at 45 miles an hour. Hopefully in New York, the roads are a little bit better. Hopefully, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, so to speak, but we will do what we can as safely as we can. I'm trying to let this Andy guy here get a little bit more distance in front of me, so I don't, if we have to brake, I have a little bit more cushion. Now I got nothing but like 5 or 6 cars behind me. All right, Sales got your trailer. All right. Yeah. The road. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see 4 cars in front of this truck I'm following behind, but I really can't see much beyond that. Very, very dim, very misted out up there. So I am not in a mood to go too fast. Because I'd rather get there late than not at all. And I got some jerk, a fellow truck driver, in the fast lane, passing people. And there's a car in the ditch up there. Way to go, jerk. Look at this moron. Look at this moron. And this person here, probably going too fast. They're already on the phone, so they're gonna get some help here soon. Just looking over to make sure that they actually were they had help on the way. Little slippy there, little slippy. Keeping her down at 15, down to 35 miles an hour. 7. Like I said, we're not going to make fast progress. We're going to make a slow and steady. We're going to take the turtle approach. Tortoise and the hare. That guy in that Arnold, don't pull that Arnold bread trailer. That guy was being the hare, and he's more likely to be involved in an accident because he's going too dang fast for the conditions. New Milford, but you got to go back down south a little bit. Well, kind of. Well, actually, New Milford's right here off to the left-hand side. Why they call that place I just left New Milford, I don't know, but Pilot always names it, not exactly for the town it's in, for the town they want to call it. But, there you go. Gotta watch out on the bridge because there will be a little bit more chance of slipping on a bridge. Well, like I said, the good news, once we get back to Minnesota, make our second delivery over in Dexter, Minnesota, we will be able to move in to our properly assigned truck, because now it's supposed to be fixed. Finally, it only took 3 full months. November into December, December to January, January into February. November 25th, we should hopefully be back there on the 25th. 3 months. It broke down. Sucks. Now I'm trying to maintain the line by seeing the white dotted line in the middle when I can see it. So that means I'm running a little bit more to the right than most people. Because A, I want room in my lane, so if somebody does want to pass me, like this knucklehead coming up here going too fast, and B, more than just the knuckleheads on the road, I want to leave that as much room there for a fire truck, an ambulance, a police car. Let them have as much room as possible. My running over a little bit of untouched snow is not that bad. So now we're going downhill a little bit. Guy's hitting his brakes. Bring ourselves down to the 14th gear. 13th, get my revs back up. Just about 26 miles an hour. uphill. You don't need to be hitting your brakes going uphill. But these trucks are going way too fast for the conditions, in my opinion. Guy's doing almost 25 miles an hour, so we're going to pass him as cautiously as we can on the straight here. And it's going just a bit on the too slow side, being too cautious. That'll cause more accidents at times. Lisa and Will's Halls. Try to get past these people here, especially this guy in front, being a little bit too cautious and, you know, impeding traffic. We are in Pennsylvania right now, I-81. We had just stopped at New Milford at the Flying J right there. I think that's number 712. I think that's number for the Flying J on I-81. Exit 219. Now we're heading up here up to Syracuse, New York. We got another piece to pick up. By the time we get up there, we should be free of the snow. The storm should be passed off to the east. We are going out to Caledonia, Minnesota, which is in the southeast corner, over near Wisconsin. And then we're going a little bit west of that. We're going a little bit west of Caledonia, going over to Dexter, Minnesota, to drop off our second piece. Well, to drop off the first piece we loaded down in Gap, Pennsylvania. Then once we get, because Dexter is where my company's apartment building / bunkhouse, you know, orientation hotel is. Which is just about 3.5, 5 miles away from actual company headquarters in Grand Meadow, Minnesota. And like I said before, I will be getting my truck back. So I'll get out of this tan truck back into my truck, which has taken 3 months to repair. Ridiculous. But since they own the truck, it's under warranty, it's being paid for, I guess, you know, they weren't too worried about it. But I know I've spent well over $1,000 extra on fuel in that 3 months driving this truck, because this truck is a heavier truck. It's made for the lighter loads. It's not geared right. It just weighs a lot more. It's made for the bigger stuff. Like I said, it's been 3 months since I've been to headquarters. So it's been a little bit of a pain in the neck. 2 weeks ago, I was in Bakersfield, California on my birthday, back on the 8th. Then did a trip from California out from Los Angeles out here to New Jersey. And now I got this load from Pennsylvania, Syracuse out to Minnesota. So the past 2 weeks have been a pain in the neck. Great Bend, Susquehanna. Well, thank you. 50 is not my ideal number, but I managed to survive this long. Wants me to get off the highway and then right back on. I don't know. Yeah, we're not getting off the highway just because it says so. That's the goofy thing about Ray McDowell. Sometimes it tells you get off the highway for who knows why.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
And the Susquehanna River. All iced up.
Take the first exit on the right onto
Snowed over.
I-81 North.
Yes, that is the river. All iced over and covered over with snow. And that the Susquehanna goes all the way down to the Chesapeake Bay and then out eventually to the Atlantic. Let's see. And all the way down Georgia to Virginia, up here in Pennsylvania, New York. We really haven't been north of New York this year, 2021. Let's see. I was in Florida. I don't think I've been in Florida this year, but been pretty close. I-10, I-65 in Alabama just recently, this past week, bringing that load out from Los Angeles. But almost everywhere in between there, I've been so far just this year, this past 2 months. That's par for the course, that's the life of a truck driver. Get up and go, get up and go, get up and go. Alrighty. We got the state border coming up. This guy's going a bit slow. We're on the straight, so we're going to pass it nice and easy. We only weigh about 38, maybe 39,000 pounds right now. So we're not exactly breaking weights here. 773 Caterpillar dump trucks. They're waiting for the weather. Because they're on permits. They're waiting for the weather, so they're probably up here at a truck stop, or they're at a hotel. I don't have an oversized load this time, so we are good. Road's a little bit better here. I think New York's doing a little bit better job. So we're gonna push this up to, we're gonna get ourselves up to 55 here. Binghamton, 9 miles. Syracuse, 78. We're going a little bit past to North Syracuse. We got 94 miles to go. So about 2 hours. Good morning, sir. Welcome to New York State, mile marker 1. Coming up on Binghamton, New York, I-81 northbound. Going up to North Syracuse. While we were down near Scranton and Wilkes-Barre for the weekend, made a stop in New Milford at the Flying J there. But now, let's see, we're heading up here to Syracuse, grab a Case 580M loader backhoe, taking that out to Minnesota. Now hopefully once we get up here to Syracuse, the weather does lighten up. It was, the way the radar was showing on the Rand McNally GPS, it was showing clear up there about an hour ago, so we will see. All right, we're closing up on this group here, so we're going to slow down a little bit. Mile marker 3, New York. Players Club, golf course and restaurant. Conklin Mart, Mirabito. You're in New York when you start seeing Mirabitos. And there goes New York, not numbering the exits according to the road miles, which almost every other state has done. And here we got this flatbed, this rollback guy spinning his wheels, getting all slippy. Look at this knucklehead. You don't need to be gunning it. Gunning it up the and he's all sideways and crap coming up the ramp. What a moron. I'm going to slow down and get as far away from that guy as possible. That's just reckless. I mean, you figure a tow truck driver will have a little bit more common sense to drive, you know, according to the weather, because he sees accidents because of weather every day, especially during days like this. I'm sure he's done his share. I'm pretty sure he's done at least 30 or 40 ditch pullouts this year already. I'm fairly sure of that. But here he is going up the ramp like that. Like that. Langdon Creek. Drive in the snow of wintertime. We are in the second half of winter. February is typically when you're going to get more, a little bit tougher weather conditions. Marker 7, here we go. And so the road's getting a little bit better here. We're still going to keep it at 55 because my visibility is low. I got about a quarter mile, roughly. But I don't want to be crowding up on these people right in front of me. Ross Roams. So Ross, how many snow days have you had there in London so far this winter? Ella T, how you doing, Ella? Are you still in Washington? Why, hey, how you doing? Welcome to New York. Ella, I am going out through Chicago, so I might be saying hi to your mom. I might be stopping by that Love's there in South Holland, maybe. You're in Baston. What are you doing up in Baston for? It's been a good, it's almost been a year since I've been up near Boston. Almost a year. Yeah, I got to swing through and meet your mom, Healthy Living with Mrs. Renee the Barber. I got through there last year. Unfortunately, we just had, didn't have enough time. I was on a load. Could only take, a little bit of a break. But I had a good time meeting her. New York. Pardon me. Limit.
2 miles, keep right onto I-81 north towards Syracuse.
Yep. North to Syracuse, and then we're going north of Syracuse to North Syracuse. This truck behind me would get a little more space, so I don't need him running me over. A simple day in the snow. Yes, thank you for not tailgating me anymore. I do appreciate it. Supposed to be a professional there, meathead. Get over here. We don't want that exit. We want to stay here. It's nice when you can actually see the lanes on the road.
In half a mile, keep right onto I-81 north towards Syracuse.
mountain.
Keep right
Right lane
onto
ends.
I-81 north towards Syracuse.
Let this tanker go around us. He will actually go around. And I'll fire hurry up to this point. Well, the roads aren't too bad. I mean, I've had one little spot where I had a little bit of a slippage, but it's not so much the roads ever. It's always the other people on the roads driving beyond their capacity. Like I said earlier on the Facebook Live, the vehicle has the capability. It's the driver behind that steering wheel that does not have the capability. That's where it always lacks. Oh, I have an $80,000 SUV with all-wheel drive and slip control and, auto leveling and all the other traction control and all that other stuff. Well, all that stuff is great, but if you're a moron behind the wheel, you don't know how to use that stuff properly, you don't know how to control the vehicle without it, it does no good.
In half a mile, keep left onto I-81 north towards Syracuse.
I-81, we're going to stay right here. And once we come out of Syracuse, we're going to be basically due west. And just head west. Don't run into the water of the lakes. Try to avoid that. Get past Toledo.
I-81 north towards Syracuse.
Get past Toledo. Get past Erie. Get past Toledo, Detroit, over towards Chicago. Get past that. Then we'll turn north a little bit. That'll get us up to Minnesota. 2 stops there to deliver. And we should be A-okay. Then we get to have fun in the cold, moving all my stuff from this truck, not just my property, but also all my equipment, all my spare parts, all my tools, getting all that stuff moved over back to my truck, which is going to be real fun. Getting it out of this truck, then into that one, then getting it all put in the proper place. Then hopefully we can get that done in a want to get get that done within a day if possible. I guess they pulled that guy over for some reason. Maybe he was going a bit too fast, even though the speed limit says 55. Just maybe. Just maybe. Got 65 miles up here to exit 16A. I-481. remember I steel when I was still at Melton Truck Lines. I delivered structural steel to a house being built, and that was the very first time I ever used DoorDash. I believe I got Chinese food delivered to the truck because I didn't have anything remaining on the truck to cook. I got some Chinese and I property night. They were kind enough to let me stay there. No mailbox, no sign telling you where the property was, but that DoorDash driver used some freaking common sense and was able to find me pretty easy. So I was pretty impressed by that. Man, heavy snowflakes now. These are almost dime-sized snowflakes. And when I filled up my fuel, make sure to top up my washer fluid as well. I was pretty low. Threw in a whole gallon. De-icer Rain-X, the purple stuff. Works. It's cheaper because I buy it at Walmart. Because if I buy the regular, standard run-of-the-mill, washer fluid at the truck stop, I'm going to pay $3.50 on average. And that's for the most basic block garbage. I go to Walmart, I buy 3 or 4 gallons of Rain-X washer fluid. A, it's putting the Rain-X on the window. 2, I usually pay less than $3. Most of the time less than $2.80. So I get a better product for less price. Alright, the weather radar has some clear skies. Well, not clear skies, but no snowfall. So we look at that. You see up there, up to the on the top left corner, it's doing good. We should be out of it here soon, hopefully. Within an hour, hopefully. That'd be nice. Maybe so. I've never heard that one. I've never heard that one. You know, I got the adjustable arms on the driver's seat and the passenger seat. I got the stick. Now, half the time I have my elbow on my right side on my adjustable armrest, and I got my hand over on the passenger side armrest. But there are times where I route my hand on the stick. You know, it's just, especially in the city. When I'm in real heavy traffic, I'll leave my hand on the stick, always. Just one of them chain or approach, it's letting it float like it does, you know, when it's in proper gear. I mean, the stick will jiggle back and forth. Chains, thinking. One, the company at which I work, Valley Transportation, we're on permits a lot. And if chains and permits don't go together. If you have to put chains on, you should not be on the road. Chains are to get you out of trouble, not into trouble. And plus, you know, like I said, because I'm on permits a lot for oversized loads, heavy loads, whatnot, if the permit will say, do not drive in inclement weather. This weather today, if I was on an oversized load, I would not be going anywhere today. I would still be down in Pittston, you know, Pennsylvania today. Pardon me. I would not have left at all, because driving in this would violate the permit. But I have never put a chain on at any company I've been with. I had a YJ Jeep Sahara package, 4-liter inline 6. I never put chains on the Jeep. I had a Subaru Legacy wagon, all-wheel drive. I never put chains on that. Since I've been a truck driver, I've carried chains in my first 2 jobs, Watkins Shepherd Trucking and Melton Truck Lines, but I never put them chains on the tires, except in orientation. You know, orientation, you got to put chains on, yes, blah, blah, blah. I ain't go anywhere. If I got to put the chains on to get going, it's too bad to go. So I just never did it. I never will. And like I said, this company, we don't carry chains at all. It's what we don't need when we're always on permits. We're always on permits, which we can't drive anyway in weather that would require chains, so there's no point in having it. It's better just to sit and wait. Oh, that chicken soup got going, my friend. That chicken soup got going. I had 2 bowls of nothing fancy, just a good, hearty, warm you up from the inside kind. Now, better, a little thicker. Dumplings instead of the biscuits. What ups it was. I say that my teeth, I am picky. That's why I cook, because I am picky. I have it the way I want it, how I want it, when I want it, paid less. I don't have to deal with anybody else's idea of what chicken soup is. It's like last night, I made a ramen. I made it the way I like it. The way I have always liked it since I lived in Japan. 10 years. I don't like all the, you know, let's put 1,000,000 toppings on our ramen. Let's make the most fantastic, weird thing combination we can make. I like the simple Yatai style. Little ramen cart from some old man on the side of the road. Simple soup, simple flavor, simple noodles, a little bit of pork, maybe an egg, a little bit of onion, a little bit of bamboo shoot. Bam. fast food in the old days, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. It started as a quick, easy roadside stand meal. A little bit of rice, a little bit of fish, a little bit of vegetable maybe, some flavoring for some vinegar or some soy sauce. It was quick, it was easy. Bing, bang, boom. Eat and go. But nowadays, yes, I do belong to ramen groups on Facebook. Ramen junkies, show me your ramen, and several others. Just like I'm part of a lot of trucking cooking groups, including my own, Unapologetic Semi-Kitchen. But I see these people making all kinds of, putting weird things in the ramen. It's like, no, that. I enjoy seeing their creativity, but a simple soup, a hard-boiled egg, soft-boiled egg, a little bit of seaweed, a little bit of pork or chicken, some green onion, a little bit of corn maybe, a pork cutlet, a little bit of tempura on the side. I got no problem with that. That's what I grew up eating. I mean, I remember Thai ramen. Japan, one of the surrounding, towns, cities that make up Tokyo. I would take the train from the main military base in Yokosuka, Japan. Walk out through the base, out through the gate, go to the train station, take that north, go up to the Yokohama station, switch trains, start coming back, a little more south, or south, I believe. But along the way, if I got off at this one train station, I'd walk half a mile, kilometer and a half, something like that. There'd be a little guy who would sit there like every 3 or 4 days. The bowl of that's what he did. Pork cutlet curry, a little bit of rice, a breaded and fried pork cutlet, soup, crisp sauce, a little bit of onion, carrot. I'd stop down the work off the pork cutlet and the rice, walk down to the next guy, about 3 streets off the main road. There was a little Yatai, ramen shop. And that guy was there all the time, almost every day he was there. Simple. If you want to see what a Yatai ramen is, just type in Yatai ramen stall. Type that in, you'll find several videos up there. I mean, a Yatai stall is not Technically, it's only ramen, but it also referred to other little stalls like that, little carts, little hand carts. I mean, baked, roasted sweet potatoes, soups, rice balls, tempura, sushi. It used to be that you get almost anything from those mini little hand carts. One little old guy pulling it. Now some guys have it on the back of a little small truck, or they pull it with a motorbike, a moped. But it was always one of those, when I worked every other day. I worked Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Those are the days I worked after school. So instead of taking the school bus back from the main base where we went to school, where I worked, back up to the housing area, which was about, I don't know, a little over an hour, about an hour and a half. Via train and bus. So those days that I did work, go to school in the morning, afternoon I went to work. Like I said, got the shuttle bus from one side of the base over to the gate, to the main gate. Walked out, got on the train, rode north, did my switch, got to the next train station, and most of the time, I'd say about a good 65% of the time, I got off at that one train station. I can't remember the name of it right now. And it's been 1988 since the last time I was actually there, so 32 plus years. Like I said, a bowl of curry. I mean, because when I knew I was going to work, I didn't eat lunch. I didn't eat anything after work except for that. I waited for those two guys, and it was always a good thing. This river here is not all iced and snowed over. Alright, so this is Lisle, L-I-S-L-E, Lisle, New York. Like I said, when I make dinner and I make a ramen, I'm not doing all that super fancy stuff. I may have toppings in it. I mean, last night, 2 eggs, a bit of seaweed, a chicken thigh that was fried with salt and butter, or salt and pepper, I mean, nice and crispy. And and a little bit of green onion. Not so much a prepper, because I don't have a house right now. I don't have the room to prep anything. But when I do buy my land up in Montana and build my house, I will have my own vegetable garden. I will have some of my own animals. I will store food. That's the way I was raised. My grandparents, they're in Baltimore. When I lived there, always made their own jam, apple butter, pickles. I enjoy making my own beef jerky, making my own butter, making my own ice cream. I enjoy doing all that stuff myself, making my own cheese. I don't see the need for somebody else to do it if I can do it and I enjoy it. It's not so much preparing for the end of the world like some people think. I'm not that much of a pessimist, but I do enjoy the process of cooking, of making jam, jelly, preserves, of putting stuff away that I want, and making big batches of it. I have zero problem with that. Oh, goody, we got some reckless idiot up here flying down up the road here. Because he's a badass. He's a super trucker. Damn hot shot. Yeah, and he's slipping. Jackass. Absolutely no reason for you to be doing that. None. No turn signal. Ah, what an idiot. What an idiot. Look at this. No turn signal again. That's how accidents happen. Guys like that, I got four-wheel drive, I can do anything. Well, no, the snow doesn't care, ice doesn't care what you think you know. You're not going that slow that you can't take a little bit more caution. Alrighty, whatever, I've bored everybody enough. How much more snow and droning on can you stand? Alright, so we are just a little bit north of Lisle, New York. I want to say Carlisle, Pennsylvania, but Lisle, New York. We got about 60 miles to our destination up here in North Syracuse. Picking up a Case 580M backhoe loader. So we get that on the truck, we'll get it secured, get our paperwork, get it transferred into our custody. Then we will start heading out towards Minnesota. So we will sign off and say thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Stay safe.